women and the society again. And we are here to talk about progression. We're here to talk about development. I'm here to talk about how to be impactful in the society. My name is Charity James, and I'm not alone on the program. I am here with a resourceful woman, someone who is making an impact in the farming industry. Her name is Mrs. ADEKEMI ONATADE. She is a state coordinator of Nigeria Women for Agricultural Progressive and Development Initiative that has branches all across Nigeria. But she is the Ogun State coordinator, and she'll be telling us a little bit about the NGO and what they do for women farmers. Aside that, she is an entrepreneur also. That means she's making wave in our world and making impact that other women can learn from. Welcome with me, Mrs. ADEKEMI ONATADE, to Women and the Society for this week. You're welcome to the program, Mrs. ONATADE.
Thank you for having me.
We are glad to have you on Women and the Society.
Thank you once again.
All right. Our usual practice on the program is to know our guests before we delve into the other part of it, of knowing what they do in the society and how impactful they have been in the society. So we want to know who our guest is. Tell us about your youngful days. Tell us about how you grew up and what you want us to know about your very little beginning.
Okay. My name is ADEKEMI ONATADE. Just like she has said, I am a native of Ibadan. I came from Ibadan. I happened to marry into Ogun State. So while growing up, what do I say? I'm the first daughter in my family. I'm from a polygamous home. I'm from a Muslim background. So I am the first daughter. So I had my primary education in Ibadan, secondary, even my tertiary was in Ibadan.
Name of these schools?
So I started out with private primary school. I hope that's fine to talk about that. So I started out at a private primary school. Later on, I said that I'm from a polygamous home. So we all, my dad decided that all of us, instead of us having to go to different schools, that we should all go to one particular school in Ibadan. And it happened that that decision happened for my own time. My older ones, they went to private school, so we all from me, because me being the first, I said I'm from a polygamous home. So it happens that I'm the fourth child of my dad. Okay. I'm the first girl. The name of my primary school is ING, More Plantation, Apata, Ibadan. So I started from primary 2 and I finished from there. Then I went to Apata Community Grammar School. So I happen to be one of the, how do I describe myself? I wasn't the outspoken type, but I was this girl that, I always attracted attention from, I was well behaved and all of that, and, so when I finished from there, I went to study accountancy from the Polytechnic Ibadan. So I finished there 2002. I did my youth service at Kebbi State, Shanga local government precisely, and that experience, I always say that nowadays the way people influence posting is somehow, to me, I don't really like the idea. Because the purpose of going for national youth service to make integration, and then you learn from other culture. The few Hausa language that I could pick that time, as far as in it's been over 20 years, I still, when I see Hausa, any Hausa person, I want to speak it to, even if you are Fulani, I'll still say the little Hausa that I picked that time. And then, the experience, people are saying the Hausas are bad. I know that the experience I had with them wasn't bad. Because back then, the people, they will give us, they go to their farm, and then they will harvest and come and give corps members, it was fun for me. I loved the experience of going to other parts, even though there are challenges now. It wasn't like during my time, it's not the same thing that we are experiencing now. So I understand I understand. But even in the face of challenges, the purpose of establishing an institution, we should not like totally write it off. We should like look for a way to like reason it out and then sort whatever. God will help Nigeria. Let me just end it there.
Okay. Well, let's talk about your accountancy journey in school. Did you pick the course for yourself, or it was your father that influenced that everybody should go back to public school, that influenced your accounting studies too in your tertiary institution?
There were some issues. I mean, there are some things that I left out when we started out. So when I finished my junior WAEC, I was actually placed in the best. You know, the way they sort this thing, my result was good. I think I had 6 A's and 3 credits. So automatically, I was placed in science class. But because, you know, back then, somebody will have prayed for you and said that this is your line. And then I just decided I wasn't doing science on my own. I left science class. I went to where they said that I should study business administration. I don't know whether I'm still following in line with the conversation. So I left science class. I went to, it's not like I could not do it, but I just felt that okay, I don't want to waste my time. They said it's a business, that anything that has to do with business, so I was going to study business administration or anything that maybe economics or accounting and stuff like that. So I left science class. So when I now finished my secondary school, then it was my dad that used to decide for us. So now it was my dad that picked course. He was the one that got form. He was the one that filled the form. He just told me, you are going to school. So, and I went to school. But I did not really have the background of the course. So it was a struggle for me.
So if you were allowed to pick, what would you have picked?
Because I would say the reason why I left science class was probably because there was a discord. If you really listen to what I'm saying, you will see that there was probably no proper mentoring. Because you could be a science student and study. There are a lot of people that did sciences in their secondary education and they end up doing law, maybe because of their passion. Not because somebody says go and do this thing. The difference is I'll be like, Shebi is what you want me to do, and let me do it anyhow I can do it.
I get it.
Yeah. So there was a discord, and I don't know, maybe let's just say because I was still a child, there was nobody that I spoke with before I went to them at the student affairs that I wanted to change to. I even went to art class. So I went to, if you look at my result, you will see what kind of combination is this one. Do you get? So it's always good that if parents should be in their children's life. You should monitor what they do. Be part of every decision they are still children. Before they reach adulthood, should be with them, you choose the right thing for them. So I'm not saying that my dad did wrong. It was what he was exposed to. So back to your question, that what would I have studied? Along the journey, I found that I'm very good at chemistry. You can know, I said I formulate cosmetics.
So when you finished with your accountancy certificate, what job did you do first?
When I finished, I got a job with UBA. I worked briefly there. Then I had to leave. So I left, and then when I had this thing in me that back then that there was nothing. I still have it with. But Nigerian situation can make you to have a rethink, I'm sorry saying that Nigeria, maybe you cut that one out. But the thing is, I believe so much in myself. You know, I believe that, okay, when I had to leave that job, I felt like I went to write, I did the aptitude test, all these tests that I would do when you are seeking employment. I did it. I went for interview. I passed that. I will get another one, but I wasn't able to get. Or what will be on the offer, and then family came in that, you know, you prioritize that, okay, I can survive even without this thing. I can be doing this thing by the side, and then I'll be fine. So I worked with UBA briefly. Sometimes some people will come, they will say, you are doing different things. I'll be like, I am essentials. When you call something essentials, that means everything that you may need, you may think of, that you will do it. So I'm not stereotyped, like this is what you know me for.
Okay.
Like now, we're not talking about me personally. I will talk, I may just decide to speak on one aspect of me. I will not delve into others. So it is when you need service in that line that you realize that this person can also do this. And you now be like, oh, yes, did I not deliver well or what? Do you get? So in this present economy, I believe that you should be versatile.
Okay.
Yeah. You should be gunning at being the best of anything that you lay your hands on. Because now, let's look at it like, okay, I want to produce for maybe I want to produce 1,000 leave-in conditioner for hair now, and I've produced it. It is when you start doing all these things that you know that it's not something that you now sit down and say, because you are producing 1,000 or 1 million, you have to like sleep for the rest of the week or for the month, because you have made sales in this one. When you still have time, you still have you know the effort that you use to produce 1 liter of whatever product is the same one that you use if you have the machineries. The same time that you use to produce 1 liter of a product is the same time that you use for 1 million copies of it. Of course there will be some, but then it's the same thinking, it's the same calculation if you know what you are doing. So the rest of your time you should make use of it. You don't say because if you are the one that sells, okay, let me talk about let me pass a message here. Because you have done this thing, I'm not talking about those ones that do 9 to 5 job, because most of them, they don't have time for other things, because by the time they return from work, they will have been tired and all of that. But somebody that you are an entrepreneur, you will know that you always have time on your hand. How well do you make use of that time?
Let's go to being the state coordinator for Nigerian Women for Agricultural Progress and Development Initiative.
Okay.
What does your NGO, what do they do in the society, and what does it stand for?
Thank you. Nigerian Women for Agricultural Development, Progressive and Development Initiative, for short is NWFAPDI. So the scope of the association is that we are first of all, we are non-governmental. Okay. We are non-ethnic bound. We are not saying, okay, because we are from this place, because we have our structure all over Nigeria. So we promote ourselves as women, we network, we empower women. Even just like 2 months ago, the Federal Ministry of Education just onboarded youth to be part of our program. So opportunities that are coming, we pass it on. Like we have our platform, like in the States, we have our platform like on the social media where we disseminate information to our members. So we train, the association train women, we give information on things to better our lives, and then we network together, and then we source for help.
Okay.
from both the national and from abroad. The scope of our association is to look for a way that we will have food sustainability in this country. We cannot continue like this.
What is the benefit for women? So are you dealing with...
There is this thing that they say that there is this, my mentor, she used to tell us then that if you want to move alone, but if you want to move faster, you move with others. So now let me give you an instance that happened to me. I planted in my backyard. I'm doing a lot of all these in my backyard, even though I have commercial farm, but I do this one. I have varieties of, I have cassava within my premises, cassava, pineapple. I planted cucumber. So let me talk about the cucumber, for example, to eat on the point that I want to make regarding being together as women. This cucumber, because I'm doing cucumber on a commercial level. Okay. So from the cucumber, I got a few seeds and I planted at home. So by the time I started harvesting, you know, we were first eating, my kids, they will eat it and be like, mommy, this thing is sweet, this cucumber is fresh, and this is organic. Okay. So at a point it got to I was giving labels. I was not like, this is how I'll be giving everybody, be dashing. Even if you give somebody this thing today, tomorrow you knock on their door because you don't want it to get spoiled. And I said, okay, this 50 that I have, let me give it to this malam that I used to buy vegetables from. That, okay, take, come and buy. I spoke with him on the phone. He said I should bring it. By the time I got to his store, he was going to buy it. He was not even talking about 1,000 naira for 50. So that is where coming together as women coming. So you can imagine if I have other women around me that are doing stuff like that, we can put it, if by the time we put it inside, they put 20 in a sack that they sell for 10, 14, 15,000 from 10,000. And I took 50 to him, and it was pricing less than 1,000. He slammed the phone on me. So, you know, that is kind of discouraging. And we are looking at food sustainability. And you can imagine somebody that doesn't, it will just be like, this is not for me. But then I factor in my effort, you see all the things that I was putting to make it come out and very fresh and big. So I ended up giving it out as gifts, you know. But the point I'm trying to make is that when we have association like that, it always pushes us far in life.
Before we move out of this segment, let me ask you for your advice for women. What do you think women are doing rightly or wrongly in the society? For the right ones, how do you want them to improve on it? And for the wrong ones, how do you want them to stop?
Okay, let me first talk about the impact what women are doing in the society. Women have really woken up. We are woke. The current women are woke generation. I think is not completely gone, but it's becoming old school for women to just lay around and be thinking somebody has to come and provide for them. Everybody that's woken up to the reality that now you know that the number of children that you know you can take care of, that is the number of children you should give birth to. Don't let somebody push you to go and have more than that. Eventually you'll be struggling. So nobody wants to suffer. So women are waking up to that reality. We are into a lot of things, a lot of spaces now, and I give thumbs up to those ones that have really gotten it right, and those that are still like, my husband can provide this and that, they should still buckle up. They should buckle up, and you know, they should look inwards, like look at what really interests them and go for it, even if nobody supports them, because most of the time you tend not to get support. Then when nobody supports you, support yourself and keep forging. I don't listen to side talk. Just do you. Do you. Before you know it, people that will appreciate you for what you are doing. You don't even need anybody's, in as much as you think you are doing the right thing and it's working for you, just go for it.
Okay. Thank you for your advice. We want to go for a short break and we'll come back, we'll continue.
Okay, thank you.
We want to go for a quick break and we'll come back. Mrs. ONATADE will be telling us about our favorite, that will include our favorite food, color, attire, and hobby. See you after the break. You're welcome back from that break, and it is the moment that we'll be waiting for, the moment to know the favorite for our guest, Mrs. ADEKEMI ONATADE. She is the State Coordinator of Nigeria Women for Agricultural Progressive and Development Initiative, Ogun State. Madam ONATADE, we want to know your favorite, and we'll start with your favorite food. What do you like eating every time?
So I love eating amala.
Okay.
I love eating amala. So I can say I love yam and egg too. So, but my favorite is amala with ewedu, freshly made ewedu, and fresh soup too.
Okay, not the bakery mixture.
I don't mind if there is, but I'm not so keen on it. But that amala with that is very soft and
very hot.
And very hot. The one that will burn your throat. I love it.
All right, let's know the type of attire that you like wearing. Is it English or native?
I love wearing foreign. Let me say foreign.
Okay.
Yes. Let's say English.
Okay, why?
Well, the reason why is because it's comfy for me. Okay. I don't like anything that is stressful. Like, I don't like it. So I prefer native. Not that I prefer English outfits. Not that I wear native when there is an occasion for it. And then when you see my style, you see simplicity in it. So,
okay.
Yes.
All right, let's know the type of color. With all this attire, you must have a color that you really like from all the colors that we have. I might be off on that one. Okay.
It's not like I don't have favorite, but it's not one.
Okay.
But one that I noticed that if you put things together, you put them like, can you pick one? I'm going to pick chocolates. Okay. Like brownish. I love it. And I love red.
Red. I'm making two.
That's why I said so you see me in red, I wear red, and that brown. If I want to pick, if I like brown, sham must be there.
Okay. All right, now let's know what you use.
I don't know, maybe favorite, but I always go for the two.
Okay. Is your favorite since you go for the two every time?
Yes, every time.
Okay, now let's know your what you use your spare time for. What is your hobby?
I would say I was a tomboy. I'm still a tomboy. So I love sporting activities.
Like
I love sports. I play football. Yes. Even now I play with my son and his friends. We just go and wear clothes and they'll be like, Mommy. I say, don't say Mommy. Play the thing the way you should play it. So I play ball. I love football, yes. And then which other sport is that? Let's leave it as sport, and I love dancing.
Okay.
Dancing is also a form of sport. Okay. So I engage, I do aerobics, to keep fit, and so those are my hobbies. I've lost interest in watching TV. Yes. And watching films.
Entrepreneurs don't have time for that.
Before I used to, but now I don't.
Limited time.
Yes.
Now, are you the only one better? Do you like going to parties?
No.
Why?
I go to parties.
As we round off, what do you think women should do differently in society?
Women should not relegate themselves to the back. No. We should speak out and just do not, like I said, do not relegate ourselves. Don't think that we need to seek others, I mean, be sure that what we are doing is right, but enough of being quiet. Because we are the one that mold that we are the one that makes the world to be. I don't know if I get it right, but we are, because we will give birth to children, we are the one that are with the children most of the time. How a child turns out to be 90% of the time is on how the woman raises the child. So why would somebody like that allow yourself to be relegated and then let our voice be heard? Women should let our voices, we should let our voices be heard.
All right, thank you so much, Mrs. ADEKEMI ONATADE,
Thank
for
you.
coming on the program, and we've had an educative session with you on the program. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Okay, will be all on women and the society, and our guest has been Mrs. ONATADE, and she has been talking to women to take their time, develop themselves, be impactful, and ensure that when they are raising their children, they are raising them with God-fearing morals, and so that they will become adults that will shape on the society in the future. That's the size of the program, Women and the Society, for this week. When we'll come again, it will be time for us to be educative, impactful, and develop ourselves on the program. My name remains Charity James, and I will see you again.